In this video, I am going to discuss about the sampling, and then in next video, I will discuss sampling theorem, which will you provide the information about the reconstruction of original signal from the sampled signal. In this video, basically, I will discuss about the sampling. In previous lecture, I have discussed there are two types of signal which are existing in communication engineering, or you can say in electrical engineering. One signal is continuous time signal, and the continuous time signal is the signal which magnitudes are available for each and every value of t. For any value of time, you can get the magnitude of continuous time signal. So it is defined for each and every uh, value of t for which this signal is defined. And the other signal, which is very important for electrical engineering, or you can say in communication engineering, is discrete time signal. And discrete time signal is basically a signal which magnitude is not defined for any value of t. Instead, its magnitude is defined only at some sample point. You will get its magnitude but only at some sampled point or for particular value of t, and the signal which magnitude is available only at some sample point is called discrete signal. And this signal is also very important in communication engineering. And the process through which you are getting, or you can say the process of converting continuous time signal into discrete time signal, is called sampling. This is called sampling. Sampling means you are getting sample of magnitude from the analog signal. If you are getting the sample of its amplitude at a regular interval of time through some process, then that process is called sampling. So sampling is a process to convert continuous time signal into discrete time signal. And basically, the process of sampling is performed through a device which is called sampler, which is called sampler. This is called sampler. And sampler is basically a device, or you can say sampler is basically a multiplier. Sampler is basically a multiplier. This is just a multiplier in which the analog signal, which is to be converted into discrete signal, is multiplied with impulse train. Is multiplied with impulse train. If you will see the characteristics of this impulse train, the characteristics of impulse train will be like this. If this axis represent ST and this axis represent T, then the characteristics of impulse train or ST will be like this. The signal, this is just an impulse signal which is available at regular interval of time. This is the characteristics of impulse train. This is impulse train which is available at regular interval of time Ts to Ts. 3ts up to plus infinity. And this trend will also be available in negative half minus ts minus 2ts minus 2ts to minus infinity. So this impulse train will be available from minus infinity to plus infinity. And if you will write a mathematical model for this impulse train, then it will be n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity delta t minus nts. So what will happen when you will multiply xt with st? You will get output yt. You will get output yt, and this yt will be xt into st. And what will be the characteristic of xt into yt? When you will multiply analog signal with this impulse train, then obviously the output will be in discrete nature, because when you will multiply xt with st, then the output will have magnitude only at ts, 2ts, 3ts. In between ts and 2ts, there will be no any magnitude for the output. In this way, you can get DTS, discrete time signal. So in conclusion, you can say the sampling is a process to convert CTS and DTS, CTS into DTS. A process to convert CTS into DTS is called sampling. And the device through which you can sample the signal is called sampler. And sampler is basically is a multiplier. It is just a multiplier. And when you will give input analog signal to the input of this multiplier, then what will happen? The analog signal will be multiplied with impulse train. That results in a discrete time signal. In this way, you will get discrete time signal. So this is the this is all about sampling. Here, some of the point is very important. First, this interval in which you are getting sample is called sampling interval, or you can say the distance between two impulse or the interval between impulse train is sampling interval. This is very important. In this case, sampling interval is Ts. It means you are getting sample of analog signal after a regular interval of time, and that regular interval of time is Ts here, and this is called sampling interval. And reciprocal of this interval 1 by Ts is usually termed as sampling frequency. Or you can define sampling frequency also. Sampling frequency means number of sample which you are getting in 1 second. The number of sample per second is basically called sampling frequency. And the term sampling frequency is very important. And what will be the value of fs, so that you can reconstruct the original signal from this sampled signal? It will be decided by a theorem which is called sampling theorem. Sampling theorem will give you the minimum value of sampling frequency which is desirable to get, or you can say to reconstruct analog signal, original signal from the sampled signal. And if the value of sampling frequency is less than the value which is decided from sampling theorem, then there will be some adverse consequence which we will see in sampling theorem. What will happen when the sampling frequency is less than the value which is decided by the sampling theorem, and what will be the consequence when the sampling frequency will be greater than the value which is decided by the sampling theorem. Basically, sampling theorem will provide you the information about the perfect sampling. Perfect sampling means the sampling, uh, perfect sampling means that type of sampling uh, from that type of sampling for which you can reconstruct the original signal from the sampled signal. So what will be the frequency for the perfect sampling? It will be decided by the sampling theorem. So this sampling frequency is also very important. In this slide, you can see that what is sampling? Sampling just a process of converting a continuous time signal into a discrete time signal. It is a process to convert continuous time signal in discrete time signal. And the device through which you will convert CTS into DTS is called sampler. And sampler is just a multiplier in which this analog signal will be multiplied with a impulse train, which I have discussed here. What is impulse train? And when you will multiply analog signal with impulse train, obviously you will get signal which will be in discrete in natures. And the process of sampling is very important because the sampling process or the sampling of the signal basically restrict the higher frequency component that will be present in the analog signal. So to restrict that type of harmonic or highest frequency component, the process of sampling is very important. But what will be the sampling frequency? Because when you will increase or decrease, this is the meaning of sampling frequency. Sampling frequency or sampling rate is the number of sample obtained in 1 second. This is called sampling frequency. When you will increase the sampling frequency, then obviously you will get large number of sample. But what will be the minimum value of sampling frequency so that you can again reconstruct the original signal? This will be decided by the sampling theorem. So in next video, I will discuss the importance of sampling frequency and the minimum value of sampling frequency which is desirable in communication engineering. If sampling frequency will be less than the value which is decided from the sampling theorem, then the reconstruction of the signal will not be possible, and there will also some other adverse consequence for that type of sampling. So in next lecture, we will discuss about the sampling theorem.